Yo, fellow pawners, owners, and dragon nesters, welcome back to another episode of my Paladin guide. Okay, in the previous videos we've covered the core aspect of my skill, of my Paladin guide, which is the skill build, the basic aspects, the two basic aspects, which are the equipment and the heraldry build. Okay, so those videos are important. Those are all the basic aspects of my Paladin, of my defensive Paladin. And those videos, even though this starts to be advanced and all that, those videos are still important because it gets your mindset as a player ready and your character skills ready. Yep. And it starts to get really exciting here, believe me. When I was like trying to prepare for my videos and all that, I thought to myself that you guys would actually start to really enjoy this series, because this is what will make this onwards is what will make my Paladin guide unique among all the other Paladin guides you have been through so far. So here on out is where you apply the basics and principles that I keep on mentioning. Those includes skills are more important than stats, and fully utilizing the action-based battle system. So guys, as you can see, we have a very stunning looking labyrinth as a setting courtesy of the Nameless Tyrant. Yeah, thank you very much, Nameless Tyrant. We've got to thank him for that. Yeah. Okay. So here onwards, I will use this place as the setting for my advanced videos. Okay. So skilling in the title there, as you have read, is the short word which I use for skill using. Okay. So here covers what I'm trying to talk about is advanced skill using. Short form, I'll use skilling. Here is where I guide you to not just be good as a defensive Paladin, but a great defensive Paladin. Okay, here is where you will learn how to develop your own strategies. Yes, that's right. You will be able to develop your own strategies to be an effective defensive Paladin in every single situation. Okay, that's my goal there. So let's get started with a number of pointers involving that are related to advanced skilling. Okay, first of all, starting off is you gotta get comfortable with activating your skills. What I mean here is, you see I have all the highlight with annotations. You see at the bottom here, these skill sets, you have that's 1 to 0, I believe. The hotkeys 1 to 0, and you can actually Dragoness gives you 2 skill sets that you can switch it out with. And yeah, what happens here is you want to bind your skills accordingly, systematically in fact, and up to your taste. Okay, because there's definitely a lot of skills as a defensive Paladin, and one skill set from 1 to 0 is not enough to cover. So in fact you need 2, like I'm switching right now. Okay, so my tip here for you is this. As you can see, right, I have 2 skill sets. One, I put it as the offensive one. As you can see now right here is where I have all the offensive skills on. Okay, I have all this, my shield charge and all that. And the other one is my defensive skill set. See, as you can see, it has provoke, there's block, there's faith of stance, all in here. And I conveniently changed the button where you change your between skill sets from the wiggly, I call it the wiggly button, the wiggly key button, which is beside the 1, to Q, which is directly below 1. The thing here is this: you sometimes you still can accidentally press tab, and the thing here is getting used to it, getting very, very comfortable. I've been doing this for I think a few months now, and I'm hardly touching the tab at all. So I don't ever actually do this in battle. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell? And I have to switch out. Okay. And also, what you also need is full knowledge of your skills, what they do. That one basically, typically you would know what they do when you read them, and the basic idea of how long they last. I don't expect you to remember the durations of every single skill and the cooldowns of every single skill, and also the effects of your skill with other skills. Other skills being the boss skills, your teammate skills, and all that. Oh, one good tip also, the way I arrange skills on my skill sets is in such a way that as you can see, the offensive skill sets, Shield Blow has the lowest cooldown. So what happens is, as I go up, the cooldown of my skills increase. So that's actually one systematic way to put it. Like Shield Blow has 6 second cooldown, Armor Break has 8 second cooldown, Lightning Strike has 10 second cooldown. As I progress, the cooldowns get longer and longer on my skill sets. Okay, the second pointer, it's be observant. Yeah, no, like what the? Is this even a guide? Yes, it is a very important pointer because as MMORPG players, we tend to get very complacent with this aspect. I come from I did say I don't come from a typical MMORPG gamer background, so I'm aware of all these things, and in fact, being observant applies to other games as well. What happens is you need the information to make your next move, and it's like what? Okay, what I mean here is like this. As a defensive paladin player, when you activate auras like this, okay, you know you're on conviction aura. Sometimes you forget. Where do you look to? Of course, the top left. You can highlight here. This is where it doesn't just tell you the duration of the buffs as well, which is very important. Like right now, I activate my divine avatar. I can see there's 20 seconds on there. When I'm fighting, right, I need to constantly look back and forth on that top left bar to tell yourself which buffs are wearing off, which buffs need renewal, and all that stuff. The problem I have with is that apparently when I am apparently there's a number of buffs, there's a number of limit of buffs that can actually appear on this top left bar right below the max MP section here, which I'm quite confused because sometimes I have like 6 buffs there, and when I activate block, I don't see my block there. So like I have block on, it tells me 14 seconds, 12, 11, it's slowly getting down, it's slowly going down. And when I activate Iron Will and all that, you get what I mean. And the other thing you have to observe is definitely mob behavior, especially bosses when you go nest. That is really important. That's a really important skill, just because when you see a boss behaving a certain way, you know he's about to attack a certain manner, and as a paladin, you know that you should know that there are specific skills that actually counter or work better for you in those when the boss attacks a specific manner, and etc, etc. And the last thing you want to be observant about is the positioning of your teammates and party members. This is actually a very this is something many paladins I find don't even bother about, just because you think being a paladin, you just basically provoke, and then especially when you go face of stance, you just stick at one point, and let's say the boss is that tombstone there, he's coming after you. Your members are probably behind you. You don't want to really stand where your members is. Rather, you want to position yourself quickly as fast as possible with a side step there, and quickly let your members come flank the boss instead of getting the boss to direct their attention to you, and not just to you, but collaterally your party members as well. You do not want that. This is just examples. And moving on to the third pointer, okay, here we have something that's called there is no perfect tanking plan for all situations. Okay, what I mean here is this. The typical most basic one is you go provoke and you go do this and you continue attacking the monster. You basically want aggro and you want the monster to hit you and stuff like that. That's the most basic plan. But there comes a time where more specific plans actually work much more effectively for you and for your party members. Believe me, I can show that principle that I just told you about when we move on, when I run through Manticore Nest Hell for you. And I can tell you, my teammates actually appreciate it, that I'm doing like a hell of a job for them. So what I mean here is, being a defensive paladin, when you enter different scenarios, is you have to sort of adapt to it. It's very situational. You have to be sensitive to the information that you're getting while you're being observant. Remember, like I said at the second pointer, it's almost like a boyfriend-girlfriend analogy. Sorry I pulled that in, but you're quite right. It's like a boyfriend-girlfriend. You are basically the boyfriend, the man of your woman, and your woman is basically the 3 other party members. Funny, right? You have to sort of like play in such a way to suit their needs, their wants, and oh, it sounds sexy. Yeah, so what I mean here is before heading into a battle, you have a basic plan. But during battle, make sure you be flexible enough to change your plans as you go. Okay? Filling in the details of your basic plan as you go. Okay? That's your third pointer. And finally guys, yes, I'm sorry if if you find this video not very helpful, but I know it's helpful. It should be, guys. Okay? The fourth pointer is, well, pretty obvious. Execute your plan with action. So in other words, here is where you do advanced skilling. Advanced skilling doesn't just involve you using your skills, you know. When I say advanced skilling, it also means positioning. Your position as a defensive paladin, the right time for putting up skills, the right time for provoking, the right time for adding up avatars, activating your divine avatar, the right time to heal, and the right time to armor break, and so on, so forth. Okay? So there you have it, guys. I'm done with the pointers. In the next few videos that I'm going through, it will be more specific. Yes, when I actually get my hands dirty as a defensive paladin and I show you how do you do all of these things. I'll guide you on how to fulfill your roles more effectively as a defensive paladin, given the augmented skills that you attain from your skill build. Wait, you don't attain your augmented, you attain from your equipment and your heraldries. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment and subscribe. Please like, it really helps, and you know, I'm just getting more pumped up for this series. Thank you guys for watching. Momojin out. Oh, by the way, team player for the win!